Okay, so our first step is to consider the entities. Entities are actually fairly easy to identify usually. You're basically looking for the nouns. So in our example, I've highlighted our major entities here. We've got departments inside of the company. There's only one company. It's, the company database. So that one doesn't count. But we have departments. We've got information that describes the departments. We have projects. We have stuff that describes the projects there. We have employees. Again, more information about the employees. And then we have dependents and a little bit of information about that needs to be collected. So each of these inside of our diagram is going to be represented by a rectangle. You're going to see that these rectangles are going to move around and we're going to organize them in a way that makes sense. But for now, this is what we know. We have 4 entities, and our next step is going to be to look at what relationships they have with each other. Again, our text has hints with us or for us. So our departments, we know that there's an employee that manages the department. So there's needs to be a line between department and entity, or an employee. The departments control projects, so that's relationship. Each employee is assigned to a department, so there's that line again. And there's a line between employees and projects. And then we don't have an actual good verb for it, but we know that there's a relationship between the employee and the dependent. Yeah. How do we want to name that? Usually we want to go with the verbs in the prompt here, but for dependent, it might be has. Yeah, so that's pretty simple. That's really the first step, those two together, of kind of defining the model, trying to figure out kind of the flow of how they're going to fit on the page. With the same information, it might end up looking a little different for each person. And it's not wrong. Basically, though, we're going to organize it so that it's read left to right, even though we know that we can go all over the place depending on where we want to start.